What's going on, YouTube? Culturedog Sam Hatch back with some more media pickups. And I've grabbed a couple things over the past few weeks and was given a few things too. So we'll talk about that. Usually start with the music releases, so we'll do that first. My wife was nice enough to give me this. I've been meaning to pick it up for a while. The kind of deluxe edition. Though I don't think there's any bonus tracks or anything, or a bonus DVD or anything, but it's just in the book form, so it doesn't fit nicely on my shelf. Of Machine Head's Blood, Stone, and Diamonds. One of their best albums, really good stuff. And if you like groove metal, that sort of thing. It's got Rob Flynn, who used to be in the band Violence, so if you like old school thrash, you might be interested in it. This is more in the groove metal, like Pantera-esque vein, but it's got some cool artwork on the inside, and of course all the lyrics and all that. So yeah, nice packaging. Hopping overseas briefly, I also picked up the 2-CD Blu-ray, a live album, Soilwork, Live in the Heart of Helsinki. Very nice release. Not a fan of the packaging. I've been getting a lot of stuff with these kind of pseudo-digit books. Rush really started the trend with their different stages albums, where you just have, digit books unfolding with little pockets. You could actually hear the discs getting scratched as you pull them out. Not a fan of it, but I will, as always, pull out the discs immediately and put them in jewel cases and little mini slim cases, and just leave this looking shiny on the shelf. But very nice release. And, my wife also picked this up for me. A new 180-gram vinyl soundtrack from Silva Screen Records, the Jerry Goldsmith version of the Legend score. Very nice artwork on here, and nothing crazy on the vinyl itself, just black. But, no limited edition red swirl or anything, but split across 4 sides. This is still the original, I believe, 1985 recording from CBS Studios, maybe? No, recorded and mixed at CBS Studios 1 in London in 1985. And, sequenced in 1992, so yeah, that was probably when the CD came out. But, awesome stuff. Very nice vinyl to have. And, thanks to my wife for that one. I did get some Blu-rays, including this bit of silliness. I've been meaning to check this out for a couple of years now. Iron Sky. I think there's even a longer cut of it, but it's a film that posits that the Nazis had escaped to the dark side of the moon, and Udo Kier, of course, is in it. And they come back for the attack. Silly stuff. And more over-the-top action. Kick-Ass 2. Picked this up super cheap at Best Buy. And I know a lot of people aren't fans of this series in particular. Maybe if they're big fans of the book, which I haven't read. But I enjoyed this film a lot. People want to write it off because Matthew Vaughn wasn't the director this time around. But I enjoyed it a lot. I thought it was a lot of fun. And I loved Christopher Mintz-Plass's group of villains. Fun stuff. This I've been wanting to pick up for a little while. And thankfully my wife was nice enough to pick it up for me. I do have it on DVD, but Mulholland Drive, the Criterion Collection edition. It's been a long while waiting for a Criterion on here, and looking forward to checking it out. There's a book in here, but no, I think there's a deleted scene and some interviews, etc. But I don't believe there's a commentary track. I'll report back on this one. I do wish there was a copy of the TV cut included here, but I don't think that really exists outside of the bootleg market now, and David Lynch isn't really too keen on people checking that out, and I think he's written that off completely. But I love the TV cut of this, mostly because of what you can imagine the TV show would have been like. And Mulholland Drive, the ABC TV show, would have been so cool, and you could get a feel for that with the pilot that you don't. Well, you get a little bit in the movie too, but the movie is I don't like it more than Lost Highway. But it is got a lot of great vibe to it. It's cool stuff. So looking forward to checking out the Criterion release. And keeping things Lynchian, I had to pick this up. I had actually been sitting on the fence because I had heard some issues about lip sync on different parts of it. But it's been out for over a year, and it doesn't seem like anything's getting fixed or changed or reissued. That said, once I bought it, I'm sure some new version will come out. That's what happened when I bought Season 1 and Season 2. Almost immediately thereafter, the gold box came out. I'm like, great, thanks. But I got Twin Peaks, The Entire Mystery, featuring the missing pieces, and I've been dying to see that stuff for ages. I had the script for Twin Peaks Fire Walk with Me early on, and I read that numerous times before seeing the film, so I was gutted when one of my favorite lines of cinema history wasn't seen in the cinema, when David Bowie's character just appears back in a hotel in the lobby. And I don't want to spoil it for you, but it's great stuff. And all the character pieces that they had to cut out for time are back in. So tons of extras on there. Looking for it. I'll dig through this whole box. It's got a little piece on the back there, but it opens up and has all the discs. I think there's 10 of them inside there. But yeah, we'll dig into this in a proper video, but looks very nice in high def. And yeah, there's some lip sync issues, but apparently there's ways around it, and I'm not too worried about it so far because I can adjust the delay on my upscaler or whatever. Also got some books recently. My folks picked this one up for me. Speaking of movie scripts, I had read this guy's unofficial script for the Buckaroo Banzai sequel. But Ernest Cline is his name, and this is Ready Player One. He does have a newer book, but my dad read this and said he thought about me often. It takes place in the 2040s, and there's a video game designer who has died but has promised to give away his wealth to someone who can solve these Easter eggs within a game. And the only one that seems to be able to know what the Easter eggs are is this one kid living in this kind of trailer park tenement. Seems pretty cool so far, and it's supposed to be steeped in 80s culture because the game designer was really into the 80s, and that was his heyday. So everyone's kind of flashing back to the 80s and adopting the culture and the lingo and everything like that. So I'm looking forward to reading that. Also picked up, I totally didn't know this existed, but a novel from David Cronenberg called Consumed. So I don't know much about it yet, but I picked it up for a couple bucks and figured I gotta check this out. But yeah, it's supposed to be all about the media age and the toll it takes on you. So should be pretty cool. And this one I'm almost done with, actually. The Memoirs of D. Randy Blythe, also known apparently as Randy Blythe. I didn't realize the THE is officially supposed to be silent. But the vocalist for the band Lamb of God. And my wife picked this up for me. So it's his memoirs when he was stuck in prison in Czechoslovakia, when he was under, I'm not even suspicion, but he was accused of murdering a fan of his band who was apparently pushed from the stage during a show in 2010 in Czechoslovakia in Prague, and then died a couple days later from head injuries sustained. So it was one of those kind of surreal situations where the Czech government apparently reached out to the American Justice Department, and the U.S. said, no, we don't want any part of this. But nobody on either side let the band know or the management of the band that this was going on, that one of their fans had died, and that the vocalist of the band was suspected of pushing the kid on purpose in order to kill him. So, of course, nobody believed that somebody really wants to push a fan off the stage and make sure he dies by hitting his head. But that didn't stop Randy from getting thrown in jail for a while. There's a really good documentary called As the Palaces Burn that documents a lot of this material, but not the stuff when he's put in prison, because obviously you can't take your documentary film crew in there with you into this grimy, nasty basement prison in Czechoslovakia. So really cool book so far. I'm almost done. I'm just at the trial part right now. So I don't want to give away how it wraps up. But, so I think that's about it for... Oh, I did pick up the new issue of this too. But I haven't really talked about getting these over time because I figure I'm just going to do a review of all... I believe maybe 10 is when they're wrapping up. But Cameron Stewart and Chuck Palahniuk's Fight Club 2, Dark Horse Comics has been putting this out. And I've been picking them up religiously every month, and I've been trying to get the ones with the David Mack covers. I enjoy those. But yeah, we'll talk Fight Club 2 when it wraps up. It is starting to get a little crazier and more out there as it goes, and you could tell Chuck's having fun with the comic medium and how you can get away with stuff that, obviously you can get away with in novels, but you can get away with things visually that you can't maybe get away with in film without throwing some serious budget out there. So it's cool. So he's really having a great time with the medium. All right, so that's it for pickups. I think I might be missing a thing or two, but if I do, I'll come back and show you shortly. So thanks for hanging out and checking out my new stuff, and we'll talk to you soon. Cheers.